Flashback is coming back. After 30 plus years, this iconic platforming adventure game series is getting a sequel, and I'm really happy about it. This sequel will be coming to the PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, Xbox One X and S, Windows, and Nintendo Switch. We have come a long way since the original game on the Amiga in 1992. This series has seen 3 games so far, at least that I could find. Flashback in 1992, it was made for the Mega Drive but launched on the Amiga, Fade to Black in 1995 on MS-DOS, and Flashback in 2013, which was the remake for Xbox 360, Windows and the PlayStation 3. I really liked the original Flashback, and the game was memorable from the first time I played it. Fade to Black was an early 3D game which was okay I guess, but not as good as the first one. I have no idea about the remake as I don't think I've ever played it. The exciting fast-paced intro with the contrast of the slow, methodical gameplay really worked in the 1992 classic. The graphics and animations really stood out, they were very good, but the music for me was something special, and the main theme is still one of my favourites today. I have never finished the game, but it is one of those franchises that I just enjoy starting again from the beginning from time to time. On the Nintendo Switch, we have seen 2 retail versions of the original Flashback so far by Microids, the Flashback 25th Anniversary and the Another World 20th Anniversary Edition plus Flashback Double Pack. Now we're getting a sequel in Flashback 2. But before we get into that, hello everyone, welcome to the QuesterMage, a Mage's Quest to talk about games. In today's video I want to talk about the Flashback 2 trailer and go through some of the screenshots of this game too. If you are one of the 100 plus subscribers on the channel so far, thank you very much. It's literally the only way this channel can grow. If you like our content, please consider subscribing to the channel and clicking that like button. Thank you very much. Conrad, the main character from the first game, is back home in New Washington, but he is also traveling on a spaceship to Earth. The blurb mentions 5 large levels, 5 different graphic worlds, hide in the shadows, which seems like a stealth mechanic, mech gameplay at certain phases in the game, motorjet gameplay to get to key locations, upgrades for items, and it is a single player game only. In this trailer we can see a little gameplay, so let's take a look in a little more detail. The trailer was just under 1 minute long, and we do have a few interesting bits in here. Firstly, the blurb mentions, and we can also see, that the game is a form of 2.5D. It seems that the play area is still going to be controlled like a horizontal 2D plane. I slow down a moment here in the trailer. We see Conrad moving from one area to another with what looks like an on-rail camera, but we also see that he is moving in 3D space. The player here does not seem limited to just walking left and right, and is controlling the character movement depth in the play area. I don't know if this only happens during these camera transitions from area to area, or if the player has the ability to move in 3D space the whole game. In the trailer we also see at least one more vehicle. Again, by slowing down the trailer you can see that the player is on a motorjet. The blurb mentions ride your motorjet to get to key locations. Hopefully this will be various times during the game to break up the gameplay a little bit. We do also see a mech during the trailer. They have also referenced this by saying you can drive a mech during certain phases, so more than one during the game, but unfortunately no gameplay for this so far. The clothes of the character are also similar to the ones he wore in the first game. In the trailer we see Conrad sporting the classic jacket and trousers worn in the original game, which is a nice touch. The overall trailer I think did a good job of reminding me of the original game while showing me a sequel. It does feel like the same universe. Unfortunately, we did not see much of this game, but knowing the game is in development and will be out soon is exciting, and I cannot wait to play the game. Now moving on to the screenshots that we've seen, they are available and have interesting bits to them too. And all the screenshots seem that they've been taken from actual gameplay, which is good. Here we can see that the character is using possibly a stealth mechanic. You can see the main character here on the first floor, crouched with enemies in the area below. We have 1, 2, 3. That third one's a little bit difficult to find, I have to say. Here we see an indoor corridor with 2 enemies and the main character engaged in combat. Nice exclamation marks we have there. Next we see what looks like an escape sequence with the player riding a moto jet. Here on the left we can see that XP is shown on screen, which would indicate a leveling up system. In the trailer we did also see the same UI element, but in the trailer it had a number 7, seemingly indicating level 7. Also, the UI in general seems like the game is being viewed from a helmet perspective, and the information elements are a heads up display within that helmet. The quests will also appear up here on the top left of the screen. The following gameplay still, we can see the player seems to be escorting another character through a forest environment. Here we also see another enemy. The UI elements have now moved. They are closer to the border of the screen. You can see that by comparing with the last gameplay screen on the Moto Jet. So as you can see here on the top, they are closer to the character on screen, and on the bottom they are closer to the borders. Still no text for any D-pad buttons though, unfortunately. Now the first thing I noticed here is obviously that the camera is more like the 2D style from the original game. We see a city backdrop, which I think looks nice, with multiple layers to the level. We have the outdoor level where the player is standing, a lower indoor level, and possibly an upper outdoor level, as we can see stairs here that might lead to the top. We also see what looks like an enemy right here, and lastly Microids nicely sneaked their logo in this level here on the left. In the last screenshot there is also an indoor corridor which seems to be the same corridor from the trailer earlier, seemingly showing the same thing that I was saying before, which is the game might allow the player to move within 3D space. Can we move the camera angle, or will it just move itself depending on the room/area the player is traversing, or will we be able to move the character within 3D space? Like I said earlier, the player does move depth-wise during this sequence. Now moving on to any requests that I might have. Can we please have collectibles in the regular retail box? I'm not too worried about this here with Microids, because so far the retail games on Nintendo Switch have actually been quite good at including collectibles in the box. As you can see here in the previous games, in the Flashback 25th Anniversary Collector's Edition, it came with a collector's box, the game, a retro-styled instruction booklet, the digital soundtrack, an exclusive numbered metal card, and a retro style metal case. The Another World and Flashback double pack came with the game, a reversible cover, digital soundtracks for both games, and 4 postcards inside. So let's keep this trend going. Maybe in this box have multiple miniature postcards that replicate the game covers from multiple consoles like the Amiga, the Mega Drive, the SNES, etc. Or at least a key ring with a holocron cube which is maybe glow in the dark. Lastly, I am really excited to see this game. I can't wait for Flashback 2, but I'd also like a sequel to Another World. So hopefully if this game does do well, we will see a sequel to another classic game. I can't wait to see more of Flashback 2, and hopefully it works well on all consoles, but especially on Nintendo Switch. So what do you think of Flashback 2, the trailer, the screenshots, and that it's coming to Nintendo Switch? Do you like it? Do you dislike it? How would you change it? Please leave your impression down in the comment section. But that's going to do it for today's video. Thank you very much again for watching. If you like our content, we have a few videos talking about games, mostly arcade and retro on the channel. If you'd like to watch these, please take a look. If you like our content and you want to help the channel grow, please click that like, subscribe, and notification bell for more of our content in the future. And until then, thanks again.